The Culture Xperience. The Culture Xperience.
You're listening to The Culture Experience with Mel and Bruce. I'm Mel Tiller, your host. I am thrilled to be with you today. My special guest today is Dr. Tya Mathis-Coleman, and she is a candidate for State Treasurer. Dr. Mathis, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Listen, not a lot of people really understand exactly what a state treasurer does. What are your responsibilities going to be when you win this office?
Thank you. So the state treasurer is responsible for basically managing the state dollars, managing our taxpayer dollars. That is the role of the state treasurer.
All right. So how big will your budget be? How much money are you going to be handling?
Well, that's a great question. Thank you so much, Mel. So I think it's first and foremost, I think the thing that people should realize is that the state treasurer is not responsible. The state treasurer of Nevada, let's be specific, is not, the job of our state treasurer is not to set the budget, right? But our state treasurer makes sure that the funds are there should decisions be made to spend money. We have the money because our state treasurer is responsibly managing our dollars, right? And so our state budget is approximately $49 billion, right? But that is not money that our state treasurer actually oversees. The state treasurer's office, the treasurer would oversee approximately $600 million in our state treasurer's office budget. But in general, the Nevada state budget is about $49 billion.
All right. So 600 million, 600 billion.
$600 million is how much is in the state treasurer's budget.
Okay, $600 million. What in your background tells us that you can responsibly handle that kind of money?
Well, right now I oversee about $50 million as the deputy treasurer of our college savings division. So the Nevada Treasurer's Office is broken into divisions, and my division, the College Savings Division, is responsible for helping families as they plan, save, and eventually pay for post-secondary education. And so I oversee that budget each and every day. When I was at the Clark County School District, I oversaw $1 million budget over there. It's really one of those things that my previous work history, I have a proven track record of being able to responsibly manage my budgets.
Okay. Why do you want this job?
Well, I absolutely love working in the Nevada Treasurer's Office. I've been with the treasurer now for 6 years, and I have developed several programs that I'm very, very excited about. And so I would love to keep working in the treasurer's office because I believe in making a Nevada where every family can thrive financially. And I believe you need someone in there that can really start on day one. And in order to do that, you need someone with experience in the role. It is a state office. And so there's lots of different nuances and things that a new person just wouldn't know. And you don't want someone learning how to run a treasurer's office because that could take years. And so I think with me, you'll get a candidate with the experience where they can start running on day one.
All right, I like that. Give me a few more reasons why people should vote for you.
I think people should vote for me because I'm rooted in this community. I was born and raised right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I went to high school here, I graduated, and then I went on to the University of Nevada, Reno. I studied political science at the University of Nevada, Reno, and then I came back here and I went on to UNLV. So I have experience living in both northern and southern Nevada. This is a statewide office. So a lot of times folks, they come in and they run and they've only really lived in one area. And so I think my background living in northern Nevada and living in southern Nevada are a benefit to the state. I've been educated by the state education system. I believe in our education system. I know there are some naysayers, but I believe that our system is a good system and it produces good citizens for our state. Another reason is I believe that I don't just talk the talk. I have shown in my actions. I am very, very civically involved in various organizations in our community. So I've served in organizations like the Junior League, who's been around for over 80 years in Las Vegas, a women's organization that gives back to the community and through volunteerism and service. And so I've also served in various capacities on boards like the American Cancer Society, Teach for America, CASA. Right now, I currently serve as the president of the UNLV Alumni Association, where I have the privilege of representing 150,000 alumni worldwide. And so I've done the work in other capacities, and I'm not just here because of a job title. I believe in our community, and I believe that the community is each of our responsibility, and that we get the best when we all pour into it. And so I've shown up time and time again to pour into our community.
There's some other people who are running for this office. What separates you from the rest of the candidates? What's that special sauce that makes you special for this job?
The special sauce is experience. Experience in the Nevada Treasury, I think, is the special sauce. Working in the Treasurer's office for 6 years, I've had an opportunity to work with some pretty incredible people. We have a really great team at the Treasurer's office, and I've learned a lot from each of them over the last 6 years. So I think experience is by far the most important thing. I think the other thing is passion. I have spent the last 6 years talking to Nevadans and figuring out what's best for Nevadans. A lot of times I think the government will come up and they come up with plans for the people without consulting the people that those plans are going to impact. And so I am I believe in going out and talking to people. I believe in looking at data, but more importantly, I believe looking at the people behind the data and asking them, what do you need? What are your needs? And how can the Treasurer's office meet those needs?
Would you maintain the status quo, or would you make some changes? And if you're going to make some changes, what would those changes be?
The things that we're doing well, I would continue to do those things well. I definitely think that I would make some changes. I think that the world around us is changing. I teach business at UNLV, and I always tell my students that I'm preparing them for a world that we not even know what I'm preparing them for yet. I'm preparing them for jobs that haven't even been created. And with that being said, I think technology is huge. And so I'd really love for our Treasurer's office website to be more technology friendly, so that people can find the information that they need quicker, easier. I'd also love to have like chat features where you can go on, and if you have questions, you can chat real time with someone from our office that can help you with those things. And so really just making our services better, stronger for the people that they're meant to serve. And then I think finally, just making sure that each of our divisions within the Treasurer's office is focused on outreach. Like I said, my division, the College Savings Division, is very much focused on outreach, but I think we should be taking the work that we're doing in other areas and making sure that we're making it accessible to the people that it's there to be for, that it's there to serve.
What was that very moment when you looked at things and you said, I need to run for Nevada State?
I don't know if there was a moment in time that I can think back to, but there's been several moments that I've been very proud of. And I will say, this past December, I hosted our 5th annual What Do You Want to Be art contest. And I was sitting there and I was watching the students come up. And basically this art contest is an art contest that I created 5 years ago in our office. And the goal was to really connect with families statewide and be able to sit down with them and talk to them about life after post-secondary education, and then be able to provide their families with the support that they need after high school. And so we created a What Do You Want to Be art contest. And the art contest, our very first year, we had about 650 applications, and most of the students came from Clark County. This past year, our 5th year, we had over 4,000 applications, and they were statewide. So we were awarding students not just here in Clark County, not Washoe County, but the rules. So it was really just a proud moment when I was sitting back and I was remembering how we started and then where we are now. And I think that's the goal, right? We want to create programs that will last long after we're gone, but we want to create programs that will continue to benefit Nevadans for years and years to come. And that is what that art contest is.
There are some people who are very impressed with you so far. They'd like to get in touch with you. They'd like to help you out with your campaign. What's your contact information? What's the best way for them to contact you?
The best way to contact me is to visit my website, and my website is votetyafornevada.com. And I always tell people that Tya is spelled with a Y, so vote Tya, T-Y-A, for Nevada.com.
Tell me this. How would you approach safeguarding Nevada's money during these economic times? I mean, we're having some really challenging times right now. People are not coming into Nevada to vacation like they were before. We're dealing with the tariff issues. We're dealing with the war issues. So money is a big deal. How are you going to safeguard Nevada's money?
I think as an office, we would have to prioritize low risk, stable investment opportunities, right? We won't be taking any high risks when it comes to our investments. I think it's also important to note that, like, when decisions are made, when the legislative decides, hey, we want to spend this money on a big project, I need to be visible as the treasurer, and I need to say, hey, this is a positive thing for our state, or hey, I have some concerns. This could be negative for our state. And I think that's the job of a treasurer, is to bring up those concerns and to be very vocal and visible when those decisions are being made. Because even though it's not the job of a treasurer, the treasurer is the one that is managing our funds, and we want to hear from that person. And so I think just making sure that I'm at the forefront when big decisions are made, to make sure that we're making safe and responsible decisions.
How are you going to keep in contact with the people, and how are you going to make people feel like you're approachable when you ascend to this position?
Well, I think the most important thing everyone should know is that we are working for you, right? When you elect elected officials, we work for you. And so I think being able to call, come down to the office, ask questions, hold us accountable. Hold your elected officials accountable. I think it's important. You don't just need to see me when it's election time, right? You need to be seeing me in the community, continuing to do the things that I do now, continuing to serve year round, not just during election time. So I would just say to let everyone know that my office will always be open. I want to be in the community. If there's a community fair or an event, I would be happy to come out and speak, to connect with the community, to answer questions. I think those listening sessions, I think roundtables are key. Again, the decisions that the treasurer makes, they're the people's decisions, and the people should be involved in the process.
I want to thank you for joining the show. I really enjoyed it, but I want to leave the last word with you. What do you want to leave our listeners with?
I want the listeners to know that the Nevada State Treasurer is a very key role in your government. I also want you to know that everyone can make this decision statewide. So no matter where you live, you need to vote for State Treasurer. I would appreciate your support, but more importantly, I would appreciate you visiting my website, votetyafornevada.com, to learn more about my experience and my plans for making Nevada a place where every family can thrive financially.
Her name is Dr. Tya Mathis-Coleman. She's running for state treasurer. She wants your vote. And you heard it here on the Culture Experience with Mel Bruce. I'm Mel Tiller, your host. And until next time, remember, celebrate the culture.
The Culture Xperience. The Culture